So once we've finished making all transparent stuff transparent, let's combine this model, right? Because that thing is a model, and what I can do, I want to leverage that now, combine that with the site model, the site work. So if I just copy that, edit, copy, right? And we can go back to the this instance of the garishly colored model. So if I selected this model, deleted it, and then asked SketchUp to paste in place a new model, did that put it in the correct place? No, it did not. So I would have to rotate that to, don't panic. Let's reveal a layer with the CAD underlay. That's where the model needs to go. So let us go to an X-ray mode where we can now take this guy, go to a top view. We're basically going to rotate it and carefully place it where it belongs. Let's start from that point. So now it's the correct orientation. Now we need to move it. Let's turn off the layer. Remember, all the CAD layers are back here. Don't worry about that. Let's turn off the topography. And I didn't put the... Let's see. There's the CAD. I didn't group those lines, so let's turn off the CAD layer and just take all this stuff, make it a group, so that's all on layer 0. Close that group, and let's create a new layer called contour lines. And take that group and put it on that layer, contour lines, so that we can hide it. Now all I want to see is that north arrow. All I want to see is the CAD underlay so that I can place my drawing in the right place. This is the wrong place. This. And that's where it was. Okay. We don't need shadows right now. Let's move. Move tool. See if we can create, select that edge and line that edge up with. That should work. Looks like it's all in the right place. Elevationally, we have to examine it and adjust it if we need to. Let's go to the right view of the model. Right. Okay, so we buried the building underground. Turn on the topography. And we're not landing somebody on the moon here, so we're just going to raise the model so that that door entrance is above, is at grade, right? Because that's that second door there. So I'm just, oops, gotta select it first. Select the model, use the move tool, and we're just going to graphically put it in place. Right. We have the south corner is a little bit above grade. If I do that, it'll bury that door, so I'm going to bring that door up so it's about where it is with the side. Let's uncheck the X-ray mode, turn off CAD drawing. That building is about, oops, about where it belongs now. I don't like how that arrow looks. Let's just get rid of that. So we know that north is that direction. It's up that Peachtree Street or whatever that street is. And if we turn on shadows, we can see that now the shadow adjusts to the actual solar north. Okay. File, save as, I think this is lesson 7. Study of site, next 2020, contour. Let's call this find material and site final. Okay. Let's talk about, let's save some scenes here. Call this scene isometric. We need to start creating floor plans. So let's place a building section on the ground and make copies of it on the first and second floor. So maybe the roof if you want. Tools, section plane. If I place it on the ground, right, what happens? Well, that's where its sense is near 0. So what is, oops, section 2, don't show this, this is going to bother. Okay, so the section plane right now is revealing it's almost like a ceiling plane for the upper level. I'm going to move this plane downward. Let me pause that. I think my mother's at the door. Mom made some more masks. We do have, when we're introducing topography, we quite clearly have the problem of how do we represent, if we were working in Revit, you'd create a building pad and that would create a depression in the earth. So we're going to have to deal with that separately or turn off that layer when we're looking at a floor plan. But I want this cutting plane to be about 4 feet from the finished floor. So this is going to be my level 1 floor plan drawing. So let's measure. Let's see what we have here. That's 2, 10, and 7/16. Let's see if we can raise 2, 10, and 7/16. Okay, if we add 11/16, we'll make it 211, 1 inch, and make it 3 feet. So 1 foot, 1 inch, and 11/16, which is 1 foot, 1 inch, 13 and 11/16 inches. So I'm going to raise it 13, 11/16. That should make the cutting plane exactly 4 feet. Let's try it. Missed by 1/8 of an inch. I don't know why. 11/16, 7/16. Oh, right. So let's move it down 1/8 of an inch. 1/8. And measure that again. There it is, 4 feet. Let's go to the top. Well, alright, save out the scene before anything happens. Rename it Floor Plan 1 ISO. Let's spell that wrong. Floor Plan 1 ISO, right? So now if we take that section plane and say align view, I'm going to call this, we're going to save the scene and call this first floor plan 1. Right? We can modify the visibility settings of the site topography to hide it. We'll deal with that afterwards. Section plane is like anything else in 3D. You can duplicate it. So I'm going to make a copy of that. I need to know the floor-to-floor height. Let's cheat and go to the Revit model. Somewhere I have the Revit model open, I'm sure. I think it's beneath this. Now let's go to the building elevation. So level 1 is at 0. We want to duplicate that section plane 14 feet and 2 inches. And that should reveal the second floor. Tap the control key, 14 feet 2. Make that the active cut, and if we've done this correctly, that should be 4 feet above the second floor plane. Let's measure. There it is, exactly 4 feet. Okay, that was long enough for this lesson. I'm going to save this and call this Creating Floor Plans in SketchUp.